All right, so welcome back to another quick tips video from, this is Jay-Z from the Troublemakers Guild in Arvahall. And today I just want to talk a little bit, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about maximizing your Tavern silver production. And actually, let me empty mine out as I'm going to show you how we can do this. So the Tavern, probably most notable for its extra turn in Guild Expedition, but as we're working in the game to maximize our, well, kind of balance and maximize our resource production, the Tavern can serve as a short-term boost to resources that you might realize I'm a little short on and you're trying to increase. So the question is, how can we set up the Tavern so that it's really cranking out those resources? Well, a fully upgraded Tavern helps. So I've been playing this for a while, so I've got all the upgrades, but the foundation, the thing that you really need to work on most, well, there's two, is an active friends list. You can have a great Tavern, but if it's empty, it's not doing anything for you. So you want to have, there's really two things that you want to be able to maximize how much silver your Tavern's producing. And so the first one is you really want to maintain an active friends list, and that's what the bulk of this video is going to be about. And then the second thing is you want to prioritize your red tablecloth. And this is why. The higher level players, they know that having friends with the red tablecloth increases their chances of picking up a forge point. So once you get that red tablecloth, you get an 8% chance of increasing your forge points. So if you've got a bunch of friends, they all have red tablecloths, you're going to end up with a few forge points extra every day just from visiting folks. So that's why you want to prioritize that with the Tavern silver you're getting along the way. After that, or at the same time, you really want to work on making your friends list, kind of keeping it a collection of active people. And so the question is, how can we do that easily? And so what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the event history that you can find in your town hall. And it's the same on a mobile device. The layout is a little different, but you can get to this through your town hall in your mobile device as well. And if you go to your event history, on both the mobile device and the PC, this filter option is not available. So you have to, it looks like this by default, just shows you everything. So you can go up here and show your filter options. And what we want to do is we want to look at social interactions. That's going to show us everybody who's aided. Now, my assumption here is if people are aiding, they're also visiting my Tavern. And then I'm going to look at just my friends list. So you can see right now, I haven't aided anybody yet. So that's important. You want to do this before you aid anyone. So you go through your friends list and you look for social interactions. And you go back now, when you're first developing your, trying to make a more active friends list, you probably might be happy with, if they're showing up once a week, that's great. And then the more active your friends list becomes, the more you can kind of refine that down. And you'll notice here, I'm on page 2, and we're still looking at people that have visited today. Once you get that red tablecloth and you've got an active friends list, you're going to be emptying this thing several times a day, even if you've got all the chairs there. So this is really good, good stuff. So after you aid everyone, and I go back 3 days. That's just where I'm at right now. Most people do aid every day or two. Events, I tend to have a little more leniency. Because people will sometimes hold off on the aiding because some of the event quest list requirements are you to aid or motivate, and so they want to be able to have that available when they get to that item. So I'm actually just going to go back the next couple days because that'll give us a good idea of what we're looking for here. Okay, so I've aided everybody the last 2 days, and you can notice now when I look at my friends list, I don't have the option to aid because you can only aid once every 24 hours. So if I go through here, I can find out, here's a couple people that haven't aided in the last couple days. Now, some of the people at the top of my friends list, I have not just for Tavern reasons, but because they're working on great buildings I want to participate in, or they, that's the big thing. I'll save a lot of that for another video. But there are reasons that I keep some of these around, even though they don't aid as regularly. So that's the biggest thing. Work on that red tablecloth first, and then I do this about once a week, unless there's an event going on. Then you can go through, and if you have the option to aid them, that means they have not aided you. Now, you can. What I do is I aid them one more time, and then I just drop them. One last tip that I'll give you before I go: how do you find active friends? You could go through your neighborhood and just start friending everybody, and then weed out the ones that aren't active. What I've found to be really helpful is to go to my friends list. I go visit their tavern, and whoever's sitting there, if I'm not friends with them yet, I check them out, and I look at their own tavern. It's not the tavern, it's their marketplace. They've got a red tablecloth. Cool, that's somebody that I would befriend. So I think that's going to be helpful for you. That's the foundation for getting your tavern silver cranking. The two things again: maintain your active friends list, prioritize getting that red tablecloth if you don't have one, because once you're there, you're going to have no problem with folks accepting your friend requests. Plenty of people to choose from, and then you can just clean out the inactive ones every once in a while. So let's get that tavern cranking out the silver for you. And if you've got any questions, or maybe you've got some other tips, let me know in the comments.